Hey y'all, welcome to my channel. This is Deasia, and today we're gonna get into all things pregnancy for baby number 5. So most people know me and are familiar with me from Instagram, where I've documented all 4 of my previous pregnancies. But now I have a YouTube family, and so I want to bring you guys along for this pregnancy journey so you can learn all about me, all about the baby, all about our family, and how we choose to do things unconventionally on this side. So I'm excited to talk with y'all today about it. Let's get into it. To be completely transparent, I was shook. So I was laying in the bed and I had been feeling weird. Like, I had been feeling really weird for like a couple days. And at first I thought it was just like I was sick or like coming down with something. So I'm like, okay, something is off. So I started eating like raw meals because I thought it was like something going on with my gut. I was like, let me figure out this thing. Let me work on my gut health. Like, we're going to get this thing together and we're going to move past it. Then I started to get like this metal taste in my mouth. And I was like, I told my husband, I'm like, I have a metal taste in my mouth. And every time I have that taste, I know I'm pregnant. So I knew, I was like, okay, something is fishy. But when I started craving Ethiopian food, I knew something was wrong. And in my spirit, my gut was like, go take a pregnancy test. So we had a pregnancy test in our bathroom under the counter, and I took it. And when I saw that plus sign come up on that pregnancy test, all I could say was, oh God. And I literally like screamed that to myself. Because I was like, there's no way. Like, there's no way I'm pregnant again. Like, there's literally no way. So then I went in the hallway because my husband was downstairs with our kids. And I was like, Jason! He was like, what? What's wrong? And I was like, come up here. So I had him come up here. And I left the pregnancy test on the back of the toilet so he could come see for himself. Because I was speechless. I couldn't do, say, think, nothing. And when he saw it, he had the same reaction. He said, oh God. We both were not expecting a 5th pregnancy at all. We thought we were done after number 4. So yeah, that's how that went. Anybody that knows me knows that I am the type of person that doesn't like to stay in the house at all. So when I found out I was pregnant, pregnancy doesn't stop the show. Like, it doesn't stop the show. But I deal with something in my first trimester that a good amount of people don't typically deal with. And I'll touch on that more in a separate video. But it went from me being able to homeschool my kids, cook for my kids, clean, like do all the things, to like literally being tied to my bed and tied to the bathroom. Like, that was it. So there was no going out. There was no hanging out with people. There was no going to explore, being with the kids. It was just me in the bed. The most surprising part about the pregnancy so far was finding out that I'm having another baby. I think it probably took like a month for me to like really conceptualize that there's a baby in there. Like, I was in denial. Like, the first 2 weeks I was in denial. I was like, that pregnancy test can't be true. Like, it's not right. Like, it's not. I don't believe it. But then when the symptoms start coming in and then my period still didn't show up, I was like, okay, I might be pregnant. That might be the case. So when it came to telling our family and friends about the baby, I literally just sent them the pregnancy emoji. Like, it wasn't too much. We didn't do no big rah-rah. It was this. That emoji was met with confusion, question marks, hums, FaceTime calls, all that kind of stuff. But yeah, that's how I broke the news to him. Everybody was shocked because at this point we have 4 kids, and after the 3rd one we were done. So the fact that we're on number 5, they're like, okay, what? Like, do you enjoy your sleep? Do you like getting rest? Do you like getting alone time? No, because you keep having babies out. Like, what's going on? Going off of my previous pregnancies, like first trimester, I steered clear of tomato sauce just because I think like my body would get super like particular about the tomato, either the tomatoes or the brand of tomato sauce. So I would literally have to like just kick it to the curb. So anything like tomato sauce, like spaghettis, lasagnas, pastas, anything like that, or like foods that like had tomatoes in it, I would just stay away from my first trimester. A lot of my first trimester aversions were water. Like I could not drink plain water by itself. So I had to start drinking electrolytes. Bananas, I could not take the smell of bananas. I could not take the taste of bananas. Like I couldn't do it at all. I think those were like two of the biggest food aversions that I've had. And then I just had to eat really plain, like basic food. Like nothing super seasoned, no fancy foods, like nothing like that. As far as cravings, I always crave Ethiopian food when I'm pregnant. I've also been craving like sandwiches and spring rolls. Like those have been like my top 3. The way that I'm preparing mentally and physically for this baby is doing different things. So whether that's finding workout videos or doing workouts or finding things to do. Like I love to dance. So just sometimes I'll go in the kitchen, I'll just turn music on and just dance. And that'll allow me to move my body without having to think too much about working out. Mentally, this time I told my husband, I'm like, make me laugh. Like as much as possible. Like let's just make this fun and lighthearted. Like 5 kids, thinking about the thought of 5 kids is a lot, but just really allowing myself to like shift the perspective and like just have fun with it. And we've been having a lot of fun. I've been laughing a lot. I've been eating a lot. I feel like I eat a lot more. I didn't lose as much weight in my first trimester this time as I did before. So I'm eating, not sleeping as much. I take naps here and there. Also incorporating more wellness activities like prenatal massages and prenatal chiropractic appointments. Those are some ways that I'm practicing self-care and wellness during this pregnancy. 6 years ago, I had this idea to start documenting my journey. I've always been like the hippie girl. My dad calls me the hippie flower child. So we found out we were pregnant with our very first child 6 years ago. And me and my partner are very like unconventional in the things that we do and the way that we just live life and the way that we think about life. To be honest, I was scared to do YouTube. Like honestly scared of like going on the journey and being judged about the journey, because even my family had so much to say when I shared and decided to share like how we were gonna have a midwife and we were gonna do home births and how we're gonna raise our kids vegan and all the things like that. And so I think I let a lot of that get to me, and like the idea of being perceived about how I decided to live my life and do the things. Even though I'm a person that doesn't care, I'm just gonna go and do it. But to like share it online and like have people think a certain type of way, it was scary. Like it was really scary. When I looked on YouTube, especially being a pregnant vegan 6 years ago, when I looked on YouTube and I wanted to find out what things am I supposed to be eating, like how am I gonna get the best nutrients for me and my baby during this time, I didn't see any black people. Like no shade to any other race or how they do things, but me being a black woman, raising a black child, having a black family, I wanted to see that representation. And when I looked around, I did not see that. And so I had the bright idea. I was like, well, since I don't see it, why don't I just be it? Which sounded all fine and dandy, like it sounded cool, fun, but having the idea to do YouTube and then actually executing doing YouTube are two totally different things. From figuring out what camera and gear to use. Am I going to use my phone? Am I going to have to get this high quality camera? Do I need lights? Do I need a studio? Do I need a backdrop? Like, do I need all this stuff? And so that really like hindered me from like just starting. I let YouTube scare me off, but I got comfortable on Instagram doing like short form content and just kind of sharing snippets there. And one thing that I saw was so many people would continuously ask me the same questions over and over and over again. The more children we had, the more questions would come up and it would be the same exact questions. And so I was like, instead of me continuing to remake this content for Instagram, which is not sticking, I need to be on a platform like YouTube. So after 6 years of being afraid, it's over. We're here now, and I'm here with you. Let's get it. Comment down below and let me know if you guys have ever started something or had an idea about doing something and you let fear cripple you, like, let me know in the comments how you overcame that. Like, give the people who are going to be a part of this community, give them some tips on how you overcame that. I feel like at this space that I'm in now, it's really all or nothing. Like, go big or go home. So all the things that we're scared to do, we're just going to do them because it's only going to help us grow. Thank y'all so much for watching today. Make sure you like, share, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace.